John, I'm sure you went through the tape again this morning. Did you get a better handle on what you think went wrong in that second period, just beyond not being able to stem the tide of momentum?
Well, we put ourselves in a jam in the beginning of the second period where we have opportunities to get it out. A number of turnovers when we have plenty of time to get it out. And then from there, as we moved on, we just, as I said last night, we could not grab the momentum back. It's not a science here. We just did not have the. We just couldn't handle the situation, and it didn't have to be that bad because we had probably 4 opportunities to get the puck out. I think they changed 3 times within that 4 minutes. We had 3 or 4 chances to get the puck out, and we didn't, and we couldn't find ourselves after that.
John, you talked about how important practice will be today, and you felt confident that your guys would respond. Did you like the energy?
Yeah. We had a good practice, short practice. Met before. Yeah, as the work day today, I think we got the things we need to get accomplished.
When you are having issues trying to change momentum in critical moments like that in the game, how do you go about teaching that, or is that just something for them that has to come with experience?
Yeah, a lot of it's not an X and O thing. To me, it's a mental thing, and that was kind of our discussion prior to practice. How do we get these type of things figured out moving forward? And as I said last night, moving forward, it's not about thinking about what happened. It's how we fix it, and there'll be other opportunities that we're going to have to try to succeed at that. And I just, it's a mindset, and I'm expecting when we get there again, I'm hoping to see some guys that need to step up. And it doesn't have to be an older guy, a veteran guy. It could be a young guy. It's hard to tell you what exactly we're going to do because I don't know. I don't know what the situation is going to be when the momentum is changed that bad. And give Tampa credit, and they're very good. They smelt the blood in the water, and that's why they are what they are. There were times where they were winning those Stanley Cups. They struggle with this stuff too, but they have figured it out, and some of the personnel has changed there, and they went the other way. We went this way, they went that way, and that's why it was such a big gap in that second period.
I talked to Carter after the game, and I asked him if he felt like in that second period that maybe the guys knowing how good of a team Tampa is, the fact they've won championships, that when they got on the run, they kind of got a little overwhelmed in terms of they're so good, we can't keep up. And Carter basically said, well, if that's the case, we just can't let that happen.
Yeah.
Did you think that was the case a little bit?
I think for some people, yes. In watching the tape, for some people, yes. I think you end up getting tentative, and you're almost frozen. You don't want to make that next mistake, and that's when you do make that mistake. Again, I think it's a lesson for us. I think we need to face the challenge, not run away from it. I think we need to face it, and it's not. I'm not talking about a person. I'm just talking about a collective mindset of a team, the personality of the team at that particular time. This is all part of trying to build that standard of a team, going through some of these things and feeling comfortable in those situations. It's obvious, at least last night, we did not feel comfortable in it, and so it gives us an opportunity to try to grow when we get involved in it again.
Talking with Scott Lawton today, he said that after 20, 25 games, there shouldn't be any more excuses about special teams. He said that we've been here long enough to know what we should do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see progress, even though the numbers don't suggest that per se, but or what do you see?
No. Early in the year, that's when I thought it was. Although the percentages weren't great, we were scoring a goal a game when we were winning some of those games. That kept us in the game, helped us come back and lead. When we were trailing. I just don't see it the same way right now. We continue to work at it. I think Rocky is the way he presents it. I think it's very simple, and I think he's a really good teacher. Get TK back into the situation. James is on the ice with us today. I'm not sure. He might be close too. maybe that helps it. But if you're asking me today, am I thrilled about the progression of it? No. And same thing with the penalty killing. The coaches aren't either. But all we can do is try to get better, and that's our mission.
John, I know you're not going to give details on a timeline, but it's not hard to see that Cam's doing more out there. He's wearing an orange jersey. Are you planning, in your head, kind of how he's going to integrate back with the team?
Well, right now it's kind of him integrating. Like I wanted him on the last road trip. I wanted him with us. Him and Lotz came on the road trip. I just wanted him around the team. But I still don't. Until the medical people tell me that he's really close, he's still just practicing, and I still don't really have a timeline as far as when he's going to come back.
When we spoke to Chuck yesterday, he spoke a little bit about Rasmus Ristolainen and the fact that he thought, as of yesterday, his last two games were some of his strongest. He's moved up in the pairings. He's got more special teams opportunities. Where do you feel like he's progressed the most since, I guess, earlier this season?
Yeah, just that. Before yesterday's game, I didn't like the whole bunch of them last night. Not just him, but the whole decor and everybody. I mean, it just was not a good game for us. And yeah, but I do think Risto has improved. I think he's listening. He's trying to work at his game. Has been better at stopping plays, which is a key for our defense. And there's still, for all of us, there's still more consistency needed as far as stick on puck. It's such a vital part of playing defense in today's game. But we're still, as a team, very inconsistent. That's what was kind of frustrating to me today after I broke the tape down, how many chances we had to get stick on puck. Stop their speed or play or whatever, or passes out to dangerous areas, and the opportunities there, we're just not concentrating enough on that. And we just need to be more consistent with our structure, and really happy with the two Islander games. And I just thought we fell off a cliff last night as far as structure, and it hurts us against a really good hockey club.
John, with some of the younger players playing higher in the lineup than you might have planned with the injuries, when there's veteran guys coming back, how does that better equip those younger players to move down back into your initially planned?
It's not so much to help the younger players. I think it helps our team in where when younger guys are getting minutes that it wasn't really forecasted, especially with the amount of injuries that we have had. I think that the end game of it all, as you go through, and I'm not sure when that is, I think it helps them. It moves them along quicker as far as developing. So yeah, you get some of the injuries we've had. We've had some top guys of ours, so they've taken those type of minutes. I think as we go through and what the timeline is it this year, next year? I don't know when it all kicks in. It helps them, and bottom line, it helps the team grow. So that's what you're always hoping, as a coach's point of view, when you're going through some of the struggles with the younger guys, getting those bigger minutes. You say in the back of your mind, this is going to be good for them later on. So yeah, so that's we've been there quite a bit this year.
John, there's a lot of talk about the long game and the big picture, how long this can take. Is there ever a concern about maybe players losing patience in the process? Like their competitors, they want to win every night. Do you ever have to worry about that?
Yeah, well, we've got really good people in our game, and winning's paramount. That's why they play the game. You're always worried about the frustration that comes with it, and when you've lost as many games as we have. I haven't seen it creep in the room here yet, but it's certainly something we have to watch for. If you don't tamp that down, you lose your team concept. And for us, it's just so imperative that we play under structure and play as a team, or we're just going to struggle because of the situation, or at least where our team is now, as we're trying to grow, playing as a team and helping one another and not get into a frustrated type mode. is so important for us to try to stay competitive in the league.
This homestand has allowed you to practice, get some good quality practices in. Will that pay off, do you think, down the road in terms of learning everything?
Yeah, well, yeah, we today we were doing a number of different things as far as our counters and then some battle drills just to remind them that we need to continue to concentrate on those type of things. So when it's a tough league once you get going. After that first 3 or 4 weeks, it's tough to find practice time because of all the travel and the wear and tear and all that. So yeah, the practices have helped. Remember, I'm not sure how long we went without a practice. But it certainly helps, and it gets you to, as I said, when we weren't practicing, we were doing tape, but you need to get back on the ice eventually and work on some things on the ice, not just in a pregame skate. So, yeah, we've had a couple good days. They won't, after tomorrow, they won't practice Sunday. It's just too many times on the ice in a row, so we'll have Sunday off, but there's some other practice days coming up in our schedule.
You spoke earlier about some of the young players getting opportunities and moving up in the lineup with some of the veterans out with injuries. Noah Cates is someone who has played up high in the lineup. How do you feel like he's handled some of those responsibilities, especially against some of other opposing teams?
Yeah, I think he's handled it very well. Especially away from the puck. His offensive numbers aren't there. He has a great chance last night. There was a really good passing play there, and he has a great chance. I believe that will come. I don't think he's going to be a top scorer in the National Hockey League, but I think he's going to be able to kick in some offensive stuff for us. But the other part of the game, for a guy that's played, what has he played, 40? Or, I'm not sure how many he's played, yeah. His presence as far as away from the puck and understanding how to play that part of the game, he's so far ahead of schedule. So, and especially, I move him from wing and put him to center at a team that's struggling. It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to ask of a young guy, but I think he's handled himself so very well.
How much with Noah in particular, you've talked about how you look at things like scoring chances for, scoring chances against. How much when you look at that for someone like him in his situation, do you almost, and I hate to use this term, but do you almost grade him on a curve?
Yeah.
The fact that he's learning a new position
Yeah.
in his first year,
Yeah.
whatnot.
And in the situation we're in, we're not a great team right now, and I put him to the forefront, giving him 17, 18 minutes, asking him to check against the top players in the league, and then I remember I said, we need to get more offense out of you. What else do you want, Coach? So I look at him. I think eventually, if we get him, and this is where the progression of the team has to go as we go through the next couple of years here, you get him slotted in the right spot, along with a number of our guys. We have a slot problem here. We don't have people slotted in the right position right now. Eventually we'll get there. I think he's going to be a really good player, and then I think it kind of takes the pressure off him. I think he's going to be. I think he'll allow himself to be more offensive. He's concentrating so hard on away from the puck because we're putting him in spots playing against top players. That's a lot, but slotting here, I think it's going to help his full game.